And now with this edition of Encyclopedia Britannica.
The whys and wherefores.
Boiling water spurting out of the ground. Mud seething and bubbling. Unusual sights like this can only be seen in certain parts of the world. Volcanoes are a sign that the Earth can be hot here. It's a desolate scene with ash and rock debris lying around. Only the colours relieve the monotony of the picture. But what is forcing steam up from underground? It's certainly not him. From a plane, you can look down into the hot, steaming volcanoes. At night, you can see even more clearly that molten rock is welling up from the Earth's interior. The tremendous heat even makes stones melt.
It's as if there's a huge oven inside the Earth. Our Earth is a sphere. If this sphere were cut open, we'd see that the interior of the Earth is made up of a hot, molten mass. This fluid rock is moving about under the Earth's crust. We live on a thin layer that's cooled down. Where a volcano occurs, the Earth's crust has a hole through which the hot, fluid rock is forced out of the Earth's interior.
A volcano like this doesn't eject liquid from the Earth's interior the whole time. There are periods of inactivity which may last for years. But scenery like this is a sign that the Earth's crust is thin here and a volcano can erupt at any time.
Anyone can make their own mini-volcano by copying this experiment. The substance is burning and the flame is eating its way into the inside of the mound of salt. It doesn't look much like a volcano yet. But now the salt inside the mound is burning. Ash is flung out of the crater. It's remarkably like a real volcano. As this comparison shows,
Men have dug a large hole in the ash cone here. The top layer has turned lighter in colour through the effects of weathering. Underneath, the ash is still black. It's mainly the oxygen in the air that acts on the rock from the Earth's interior and changes it. Volcanic ash burns up plants, but when it's cooled down and rain falls on it, it proves to be fertile. But why do volcanoes smoke? And why is there steaming and hissing in the area around them? Water undoubtedly has something to do with it. But what?
After a volcanic eruption, the rock cools down slightly. Cracks form through which water can penetrate. The rock is still so hot that this water evaporates and is seen as a cloud hovering over the volcano. Geysers are also found in volcanic regions. Here, water heats up in the hot rock. Steam bubbles form and the water is forced up to the Earth's surface.
This is what it looks like. These trees are covered with a thin layer of salt because substances which have become dissolved in the water deep underground are brought to the surface with the steam and the hot water. And this isn't just the salt we're familiar with. The colouring of the substances deposited shows what's in the Earth's interior. Sulphur, for example, and iron. And there's copper too, and many other minerals. The volcanoes and the water give us an insight into what lies beneath the Earth's crust. But where are volcanoes to be found on our planet?
The thin crust of the Earth is made up of individual plates which are floating on the hot molten mass in the Earth's interior. These plates are particularly thin at the edges, so that fluid rock can easily well up there. This is where volcanoes occur. In South America, for example, one plate is pushed underneath another through the movement of the molten rock, and so it melts itself, and the hot material comes to the Earth's surface through a volcano. At the edge of these plates, you don't always see hot rocks.
In California, for instance, there's just a long trough filled with water, the famous San Andreas Fault. But it's at this precise spot that two plates impact against one another. This fence was ripped apart by the movement of the Earth. But in other parts of the world, the heat from the Earth's interior shows itself like this, where the edge of one plate meets another. But if the Earth's crust is floating on a mass of molten rock, are there hot zones like these underneath the sea as well?
The Earth's crust, with tears in plates running along the seabed, for example between America and Africa. Here hot fluid rock is welling up from the seabed.
These islands in the South Seas formed on the edge of a huge crater, an underwater volcano several thousand meters high.
You're watching Channel 2 Saudi Arabian Television. Now it's time for another